strategy number 3. Number 4, this is in your wheelhouse, Naren. A practice that has proven marketing that can be handed off to the buyer is going to be worth more than a practice that doesn't have that. Let me use an example. Occasionally, doctors have a very high profile in the community. Maybe they're involved in their country club, their golf country club, and maybe they're involved in different activities in and around town. And all of his or her patients come from that activity. They're involved at the country club, they're in different committees, this and that. How's that going to work for the buyer if the buyer is a more typical dentist and less extroverted? How's that going to work?
It doesn't work. I can give you 2 quick examples, Gary, because I've been doing this for more than 11 years or 12 years now. The first example is this lady started with us maybe 10 years ago, $600,000 practice on every single PPO plan because that's how she got patients. Working really hard, because the overhead was so high, she hired us and then slowly we took it up to 60 new patients a month. So slowly she started dropping the PPO plans. She goes from doing 600,000 to 1.3 million and still doing it in 3 days, which made it extremely attractive for the buyer. And now the buyer comes in, they buy it. Now, of course, that person has been with us for 4 or 5 years now. So I think one of the things she liked it, she was a foreign lady. She was, I think, Russian originally. And so, of course, she was not in the country club. She didn't know the people. I mean, this is in Virginia and, a lot of people, they know the people. So she was an outsider, but the machine worked, the marketing machine. So she felt very comfortable taking it on. Another example I can think of is a doctor who was about to retire and he didn't have new patients coming in because, people are not referring anymore because nobody asks for referral or gives referrals. Just, we live in this isolated.
Another thing that can happen there is that patients might assume that doctor doesn't want new patients because, hey, when you get to be in your mid 60s, it's not a surprise that at some point you're going to be, probably doctor doesn't want any more new patients.
Right. So he hired us and then we slowly, took us a couple of years, took it from 0 literally to 30 new patients. And then the funny thing there was the banks wouldn't even finance it because they looked at the numbers and they said, you're not getting new patients. So the buyer would be in trouble by, buying for it. So even if the buyer wanted it, the bank said, maybe not, it just doesn't look like an attractive property. So anyways, I agree. You need a system for, attracting patients that is not you dependent or people dependent. It's just a system.
And that's the cool thing about digital marketing. And of course, we're an Equa client. We're one of your clients at my LifeSmiles office. And our practice is not for sale. I want to make that clear. But if we were to transfer it to the next owner, we could transfer that all of the digital success that we have, and the new dentist could come in on our shoulders.
Exactly. So in your case, we have put in close to 2,000 plus hours of work. So the new guy doesn't have to do that 2,000 hours of work. He takes it from day one and builds on it.
Comes in on our shoulders.
Yeah.
So investing in proven marketing that isn't personality driven or person driven, but in fact is scalable and replicatable, and the new dentist can step right in, adds value to the practice immensely. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. The full podcast episode link is in the link below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like our content.